I'm so not convinced about Cub Swanson's knockout, and I'll tell you why. I've never seen a delayed knockout before. I am not convinced that Charles was ever lost consciousness. I don't think it had much to do with the blow that connected with his head at all. I think it was the body punch that did it, because I have seen delayed reactions to that. I think that's what it was. So I think it should have been a TKO. That may be just nitpicking. But I don't like Cub Swanson, and I have to say, perhaps I'm the only one who thought he looked a little bit like he'd had a fight with a printing press and come off worse. I think it was I was distracted during that fight because I was too busy trying to make out what it was. He had all the way down his back. I think he must have a full back tattoo or something, but because it was all sort of grey and black, I was just there thinking, what is that? Anyway, as you might have realised now, I did absolutely fantastically with my predictions. If only I'd been predicting who was going to lose. What a shame that the cut in the middle of the Evan Dunham fight, which I think got fight of the night, what a shame it changed the course of the fight. I think that up until then, Evan Dunham was probably winning, and after that, I think there's enough leeway to say that the decision awarded to Grant is probably perfectly legitimate. And I just think, certainly in the late part of the last round and in the middle part of the second round, I'm sure that the fact that he was just oozing everywhere, I'm sure that affected it. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it anyway. Now, I have to say that I'm not a particular fan of Michael Bisping at all. However, I was pretty pleased to see that he wasn't point fighting, as I had feared he might. Yes, it did involve him going to the ground more than one might have suspected he would have done had it just been sort of points. Unfortunately, it was all ruined, wasn't it? In 2 out of the 3 rounds. In the first round, they were trading groin kicks a la Jake Congo and whoever he fights. That was a bit disappointing, involving Stan, certainly. And then there was a part where something happened in the second, and Stan seemed to be hurt. I don't know if it was an illegal move or something like that, but he seemed to think that there was a problem there. I don't think the referee really noticed either that or it was nothing. But knowing Bisping, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a legitimate issue he had, whatever it was. And he did win the decision, but he didn't fight for points, which is sort of quite refreshing, actually. And one final thing, apart from the man of the card, there was controversy about what happened between Charlie Brunman and Kyle Noak, and I've watched it several times, and do you know, I actually do think I saw a flash knockout. I actually do. So I'm afraid I have to say that I agree with the referee on the stoppage, which is counter, of course, to my predictions. I think the problem with that is that you would never have seen that ever without the TV cameras. But I think there could have been there could easily have been. I thought I saw a flash knockout, I have to admit. So there we are. I've done absolutely rubbish on all my picks. Not even Al Watson managed to win. There was Matt Hamill, bless him, who did win. I think that's 3 out of, I don't know, about 12 or something like that. My man of the card is going to go to Vinny Magalhaes, and the reason is the transition to the end was absolutely fantastic to watch, and really his match is the only high-profile match which didn't have any doubt as to low blows. I mean, I will say that Evan Dunham and what's his chops, TJ Grant did very well, but my man of the card is going to be Vinny Magalhaes.